Who were the Phoenicians? What languages did they speak? What did they contribute to European and Middle Eastern culture? Did they ever have an empire? And are they still around in the modern era? Today we're going to look at all of those questions and more, discussing one of the people who, despite their huge contributions to world culture, are seldom given the credit they deserve. In order to look at the ancient Phoenicians, we're going to have to go much further back in time, back to when the Egyptians ruled Nubia, Syria, and Canaan, a region in the Levant you might recognize from many of the ancient stories in the holy books for the Abrahamic faiths. The people of Canaan were a Semitic bunch, and members of the Canaanite branch included the Hebrew language and, of course, Phoenician, which was predominant in modern-day Lebanon and related more loosely to Aramaic languages used by the Assyrians. Now, because this region of Canaan was under the rule of Egypt for so long, the Canaanites started taking up many of the customs and practices used by the Egyptians, including adopting the use of hieroglyphs, which would later evolve into the Phoenician alphabet over 3,000 years ago, which would become one of the first official written scripts, and it's extremely difficult to overstate just how much of a radical innovation this was. Although virtually unrecognizable to us now, the Phoenician alphabet became the inspiration for dozens of different scripts around the globe today, with one of the first derivations, Greek, also later evolving into the Latin, Cyrillic, and Coptic alphabets, the latter of which was used for the Egyptian Coptic language, which was spoken by a significant minority of Egypt's population up until the 17th century, although we'll get back to that later. The Tifinagh script used by ancient Berber tribes is also most likely a descendant of the Phoenician script, and despite formerly being banned for use in the open in many countries, many Berbers have started using the script once again as not to erode any more of their culture. The Aramaic script, another Phoenician derivation used by the Assyrians, would later evolve into the Hebrew and Arabic scripts, and this is where it gets completely mind-blowing, as the Brahmic scripts of South Asia are actually, you guessed it, also derivative of ancient Phoenician, and gave rise to virtually the entirety of native scripts used in South Asia, and many in Southeast Asia as well, including Burmese, Thai, Javanese, as well as Tibetan and the Mongol script as well, one of the few modern scripts actually written top to bottom instead of horizontally. So as you can tell, the overwhelming majority of modern human scripts used to express written language are derivative of a single source, and we can all thank the Phoenicians for that.